All right, everyone. So our timer has run out. Let's just go ahead and start our session, and hopefully the rest they will join us as we move forward into our training. All right. So welcome again, everyone. I am very happy to be here with you today. My name is Michel Al Asmar. I will be your instructor for this session. I'll be sharing with you my LinkedIn on the chat. Feel free to click on the link and connect with me on LinkedIn. In case you have any question later on, I'll be more than happy to reply to you and help you out. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer. I've been in this field for 8 years now, working. I'm an expert in AI, I'm an expert in DevOps and all Microsoft Power Platforms as well. I currently teach 37 different courses, and I'm specialized in giving trainings related to Microsoft certifications. All right. So I'm very happy to be with you because today we're going to be talking about AI, but specifically for people in HR, for human resources, and also how we can work with it around the workplace. But before we start, let's see, do we have some energy in the room? Are you guys all awake? Are you guys all ready to start our session? Let's see, are you all here? All is good from your side? All is well. Come on, let me see some reaction. Tell us hello in the chat. Use the react button. Anything. Show us some energy. Okay, much better. Nice. I like that. Great. So let's go. All right, Patrick, I like this. Let's go ahead and start basically. So first, my friends, when we say AI in HR, of course, it helps to automate some tasks like recruitment, for example, performance management, providing some insights also that will help the HR professionals to make better decisions, enhance the talent management, and focus on strategic initiatives as well. You see, in this lesson, we're going to look at some how we can use AR for hiring and onboarding processes. Uh, how we can do sentiment analysis and employee retention, and how we can use Copilot for HR reporting and communications as well. And of course, how we can plan our workforce with AI. So very nice topics, very nice discussion that we have. We have 1.5 hours together. Let's go ahead and start with our first section here, hiring and onboarding. So we have 4 objectives to tackle here. First is to understand how AI is transforming the hiring process from job posting to candidate selection, how to explore tools and technologies also that are used for candidate sourcing, screening, and shortlisting. You see, and how to learn how AI can enhance the onboarding processes for new hires, all right, and understand the benefits and limitations of using AI in recruitment. So let's take a moment to imagine the traditional HR world. Okay, it is full of paperwork, right? It's full of scheduling, chaos, and hours spent scanning resumes. But now, picture a smarter, faster version that is powered by AI. And in today's session, we're exploring how AI is taking over the heavy lifting in HR by automating candidate sourcing, screening applicants intelligently, managing the interview schedules, personalizing onboard journeys, and even enhancing the overall employee experience. But what really makes this shift exciting is why it matters. You see, AI brings us efficiency by cutting down time on routine tasks, consistency, and also ensuring that every candidate is being evaluated fairly and against the same standards. All right, the same insights also through rich data that will guide smarter decisions. So, as you walk through each of these points, think of AI not just as a tool, but as your behind the scene HR assistant, if you want, quietly transforming how we attract, how we hire, and how we support people at work. You see? So, uh, so AI, it can help, it scans like job boards, for example, and the social platforms. It helps uh, to find capability candidates who might like not even be actively job hunting. Even then, AI screens resumes in minutes and ranks them also by qualifications and by relevance. So it goes a step further with candidate matching using past hiring data to be able how uh, to predict who will thrive in the organization. And when it's time to interview, AI powered chatbots and video tools, they evaluate the communication style, the responses, and even the emotional cues. So, with this technology, we get a hiring process that is faster, fairer, and more informed, allowing you recruiters to focus on the main human side while AI handles all the heavy lifting. You see, uh, AI enhances multiple stages of the hiring process, like sourcing the candidates, using, for example, LinkedIn Recruiter, HireView. These are some tools. Zip Recruiter also is known for that. Screening resumes, as we were saying, um, candidate matching. You see, so sure, we have a lot different tools that you can work with, as and the AI is revolutionizing the hiring process by enhancing various steps from sourcing the candidates to interviewing them. You see, and basically, uh, like for example, if we're going to be using LinkedIn Recruiter. Okay, it's a LinkedIn AI-powered platform that allow the recruiters to search through profiles and suggest some candidates based on their skill, their experience, and even the mutual connections that they have. You see, an example like let's think about a company that needs to hire data scientists. Okay, so using the LinkedIn Recruiter tool, AI will scan profiles to find candidates who meets the qualification and skills for the position. It can also suggest potential candidates who may not have directly applied, but maybe they show interest or they have some relevant experience, improving the talent acquisition by identifying the untapped potential. All right. Let's have a look at a short video about HR, people in human resource, working with Copilot. All right, let's go.
Hey, HR professionals, you just got access to Microsoft Copilot. The AI companion will protect your data and help you breeze through your workday. To find your unique Copilot way of managing talent, head to copilot.microsoft.com and sign in with your work account. You got this. Here's a tip for job descriptions. Instead of crafting them from scratch, you could ask Copilot to write a job description for a head of product director role with 5+ years of experience. and start attracting quality candidates right away. Up next, interviews. Instead of relying on the same bank of generic interview questions, you could ask Copilot to generate 5 specific interview questions for an executive assistant with 10 plus years of experience. And support a variety of job openings, even if you're not an expert on every role. Onboarding a new hire? Instead of leaving their success to chance, you could ask Copilot to develop a 3-month plan to help onboard them. And know that you always have a training plan in your back pocket. Access Copilot through copilot.microsoft.com, Windows, Edge, or Bing to get more support for your human resources goals. Log on now and discover what Copilot can do for you.
So that was a quick and powerful demo. You see, we saw how Copilot can generate job descriptions, crafting role-specific interview questions, and even create onboarding plans, all within minutes. It's like having a smart assistant that helps you focus more on people and not paperwork, you see. And the best part, it's accessible through tools many HR professionals they already use. So this is a great example of how AI is not just a future tool, it's helping us streamline HR tasks today. So let's check out a small for a use case also like automated candidate sourcing. For example, let's think about it like this. Let's take a quick journey back to the days before AI stepped into HR. So when sourcing candidates meant hours that were spent like scrolling through job boards manually, searching LinkedIn, and relying on word of mouth referrals. Even it was all slow, it was scattered, and honestly, it was frustrating. Right, but now with AI, the game has changed. So imagine AI tools scanning millions of profiles uh, across like platforms like LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, all in a few seconds. They will identify not just active applicants but passive talent too. And with natural language processing, AI doesn't just look for keywords; it understands job descriptions and intelligently matches them with candidates who truly fit, even if the wording isn't exact. You see, tools like LinkedIn Recruiter, they now automatically generate curated shortlists, saving time and improving match quality as well. So, and what are the results of this? Of course, the recruiters, you can now shift your focus from filtering resumes to building relationships with top tier candidates. And of course, we still need human insights. You see, AI will help us work smarter, but will not replace our instincts. So, when it's used thoughtfully, AI makes sourcing faster, broader, and I would say ultimately more effective as well. All right. So basically, in conclusion, AI-driven automated candidate sourcing dramatically improves the efficiency, the accuracy, and candidate matching. And by using AI tools, organizations they can streamline the sourcing process significantly, cut down time spent on some manual tasks, and enhance the quality of their candidate pool. So while AI helps to improve the speed and precision of sourcing, it's also very important to balance automation with human oversight to ensure fairness, inclusivity, and the recruitment of well-rounded candidates. You see, Let's take another use case. Another use case: resume screening. Let's be honest, my friends. Before AI, resume screening was one of the most time-consuming parts of recruitment, right? And I know that because I have worked with a lot of people in human resources, and I've heard their needs as a solution engineer. So HR teams, I know they spent hours, sometimes they spent days combining through stacks of resumes and cover letters, they're trying to spot the right candidate while navigating a sea of biases and inconsistencies. You see, it wasn't just exhausting; it was also risky, with the potential to like overlook qualified talents. But now enter AI with tools like LinkedIn Talent Solutions, for example, and Ideal. The resume screening has become smarter and faster, and because these platforms they use machine learning and natural language processing to read resumes, to understand job requirements, and rank candidates based on how well do they fit. You see? So what used to take hours now happens in minutes, and it's done more consistently, even focusing on skills and experience rather than irrelevant factors like age, where where someone went to school. Um, this way, recruiters they can skip the noise and zero in on top talent, spending their time engaging with people, not paperwork. And while AI does the heavy lifting, the human touch, of course, still matters, especially for those final decisions that go beyond what a machine can measure. All right. So like before AI, I mean, HR spent hours manually reading resume and cover letters, but we had bias and subjectivity which affected decisions even. But with AI, we can screen resumes, rank candidates by suitability, flag top matches based on some predefined job criteria, even as well. Like we can work with job description parsing, resume parsing, ranking candidates, candidates flagging. We have different tools that reduce bias by focusing on qualifications rather than irrelevant factors. You see, like the LinkedIn Talent Solution tool, for example, or Ideal tool. So let's imagine the first day at a new job, all right? Not knowing where to start, unsure what is expected, and buried in paperwork. So that's where AI steps in, completely transforms the experience. Uh, so with AI, onboarding becomes smooth, structured, and surprisingly personal. See? Instead of a one size fits all approach, AI platforms like, for example, Microsoft Dynamics 365 and WorkBright, even, they tailor onboarding journeys to each new hire based on their role, based on their location, and even on their background. You see, so either it's suggesting the right training modules or introducing them to their team virtually, the process feels more human. And even behind the scenes, AI bots they take care of the admin, gathering the documents, checking the forms, and even nudging employees with automated task lists to be able to keep things on track. So it's like having an onboarding assistant that never forgets a single step. But the real win is that HR teams they are freed up to focus on what matters most, which is welcoming new hires, answering questions, and building lasting engagements from day one. You see, with AI, onboarding becomes more than just checking boxes. It becomes a smart, supportive first step into the company life. All right. So, as people who work in HR, you know, guys, that first impression matters. Think about the first day at a new job, confusion systems, loads of paperwork, a little guidance also. So all AI changes that. AI also tailors the onboarding content to each hire's role, their background, and locations. So engineers, for example, they get tech training, while sales hires they get I don't know, CRM insights. You see, it's a big time saver. It keeps it a human also. It blends AI with the human interactions, like some welcome videos from the team lead, maybe, or scheduled check-ins. You can have better engagement from day one, even as well. Okay, so here we go. Let's have a small use case before AI and after AI. So let's think back how the onboarding used to be. It used to be manual, scattered, and honestly, pretty overwhelming for new hires, if you ask me, right? So one person might get a warm welcome and full support, while others they might feel lost and frustrated and so on. But now AI is turning this around. So with the AI powered onboarding, um, basically companies they can create consistent personalized experience for every new hire. It takes care of collecting the documents, assigning the tasks, tailoring learning paths based on each person's role and background. You see, we have tools that will automate the process from end to end, saving time, making new hires feel more prepared and engaged from day one. So, of course, it has a big impact. Like we can see, we have reached 40% reduction in the onboarding time and even higher new hire satisfaction and engagement. We have faster time to productivity and stronger first impressions also. Like, so yeah, it's very nice. It simplifies things for us. You see, before AI, we had the traditional working on the traditional onboarding process, and with AI, we have now uh, we have now AI powered onboarding, which processes, which works with technologies like NLP, machine learning, robotic process automation to be able to enhance both the employee and the HR experience. All right. So let's have a look at this video, a little bit, a small walkthrough on recruiting and onboarding using AI also. It's a very nice video here. You can see a complete solution for HR management in Microsoft Dynamics 365, where the entire employee lifecycle is supported. All right, let's have a look.
Lastly, let's have a look at the onboarding process inside our recruiting and onboarding module. Once you have hired a new employee, you would like to train them well for their new job so that they are satisfied with their job and will stay inside your company. Our HR solution offers structured onboarding templates to ensure a smooth start for your new employee. For example, before starting to hire, the HR manager needs to define an onboarding template one time. This should cover all of the basic processes needed for onboarding inside your specific company, and it is highly customizable. Once you have that, you can roll it out for onboarding a new employee with just one click every time a new employee starts. And then automatically the supervisor of that employee will get tasks before and after the start of the employee, such as ensure that they are handed out keys to the place where they work, or that they get a new laptop, or after they start, make sure they get an office tour, or whatever is important in the onboarding inside of your specific company. Also, you can define an onboarding buddy for every new employee who will also get tasks before the start of the new employee so that they are aware a new employee will be starting and they are expected to show them around, introduce them to other people, and explain to them their most important tasks. You can also give tasks to other people, for example, an IT employee who is supposed to set up the work laptop for your new employee. Also, the HR manager can assign tasks after the start date to the employee. For example, attend this training, attend that training, read our guidelines, and so on. They can also check the completion of the tasks in the system to see if everything is going smoothly. At every step of the way, this offers a number of advantages for you and your company because the onboarding is structured well. Everybody knows what they have to do. We know if the tasks are completed or not, and the new employee is welcomed in a good way. Let me show you this in the system as well. As the last part of today's walkthrough, let me show you the onboarding and offboarding projects that you can also put inside the HR solution, because this is a very helpful and structured way to make sure that your onboarding and offboarding of employees goes smoothly. You can see on the left-hand side, I'm here inside the recruiting area in the onboarding. And you can see the current onboarding and offboarding projects of the company. So currently there are only onboardings going on, but offboardings would also be showing here. If you open one of them, you can see that there's already the information about the start and end date of the onboarding phase, when the employee is actually starting. So the onboarding project begins a little bit before the effective start date, because before they start, some things already have to be organized and set up. And the end date of the onboarding is a bit after their effective date. Also, the owner of the data record is already there. In this case, this is our HR manager, but you could also assign it, for example, to a direct supervisor or whoever should be responsible for the onboarding. Inside the tab Work Breakdown Structure, you can see the different phases of the onboarding. So there's one for before they start and one for after they start. This will each open a new window. And you can see here in that phase, after they start, there are already some tasks related to the onboarding. For example, there are scheduled trainings to perform, introduction to area of responsibility, and so on and so forth. All of these tasks are automatically created for the respective new employee by the onboarding template. So you will have to create a template just once for how you want onboarding projects inside of your company to go. And after that, every time a new employee starts, you can simply assign them this onboarding template, and all of the tasks with the correct date according to their effective date will be rolled out to the employees in question. If we have a look at the before start tasks, you can see there's also stuff beforehand like set up desk and equipment, schedule training, and so on. And these tasks can be assigned to specific employees inside of your company. For example, create IT access could be assigned to an IT employee. and scheduled training could be assigned to an HR employee, depending on how you want it to go. This ensures a smooth onboarding for all of your employees. And as an HR manager, you can already see the progress of these tasks inside of your activities list here under my work where we started out. These tasks will also show up there, so you will be able to see how far the employee is inside their onboarding and how things are going.
All right, everyone. So here, as you can see, like the HR management for Microsoft Dynamics 65, from recruiting and staff administration to time tracking, talent management, and HR sales services, we all have it here in this tool. All right. And this was our short demo here. We have, of course, a lot of benefits and some limitations for AI and hiring. So AI has brought exciting improvements to hiring, but it's not without its trade-offs. You see, on the bright side, though, AI speeds things up. It can source candidates, screen resumes, schedule interviews in a fraction of the time that it would take manually. It also helps reduce bias by evaluating candidates based on skills and experience instead of background or identity. And it enhances the overall candidate experience also with quick communication and smart automation also as well. Despite all these advantages, AI has its limits. It cannot replace the human judgment, right? Especially when it comes to soft skills or cultural fit. And if we lean too heavy on it, we risk missing the bigger picture. The key is finding the right balance. You see, using AI to handle repetitive tasks while still relying on the human intuition and empathy also for like the final decisions. So um, we have many benefits of AI in hiring, like talking about speed and efficiency, for example, by automating sources, screening, and scheduling. You see, saving hours of manual work, bias reduction, focusing on skills and qualification, not just names or backgrounds, and of course, improved candidate experience as well, like the AI chatbots and fast responses. They keep candidates informed and engaged. You see, they have faster time to hire modern, diverse talent pools. But also, we need to be careful about over reliance on AI because AI lacks emotional intelligence and context. So it shouldn't make the final hiring calls alone, and it might a little bit lack of the human judgment. You see, it cannot assess soft skills like leadership, teamwork, or empathy. Uh, it needs some oversights. So algorithms, they must be audited to prevent reinforcing the historical biases. You see, so as powerful as AI is in transforming HR, we can't overlook the ethical responsibilities that comes with using it. AI is only as far and as only as fair and smart as the data and the people behind it. You see, it is trained unbiased data or used without oversight also, it can unintentionally discriminate or violate the privacy. So that's why we need to make sure that our AI tools, they are fair, they are secure, and they are transparent as well. All right. From respecting privacy laws like GDPR, for example, or telling candidates when AI is being used and how, It's actually all about building trust. And the goal isn't to replace the human judgment, okay, but just to support it ethically and responsibly. And when it's used with care, AI can help us in hiring smarter without compromising fairness. So we need to need to take into consideration the bias in AI because AI can inherit human bias if it's trained on unbalanced historical data. All right, AI must follow data laws. I'm talking about the CCPA, GDPR, all that when handling personal information and transparency, of course, because candidates they should be told when AI is being used and how the decisions are being made. Some best practices is to audit regularly, to always be transparent, to keep the humans in the loop as well. Okay, so that's it basically. Uh, so okay, so this is a very important video, very nice video about responsible AI. Okay, before we explore the concept of responsible AI, it's very important to ground our understanding in both the opportunities and the responsibilities that AI brings. You see, this short video from Microsoft offers like a thoughtful overview of what it really means to use AI responsibly and also from understanding its capabilities to addressing bias, ensuring privacy, and taking a proactive stance on ethics. Okay, let's have a look.
As AI becomes more integrated into our lives, it's important to ask how we can ensure it's used responsibly. Let's explore. Understanding AI is the first step. It's not just a buzzword, it's a tool with broad capabilities, and understanding the basics is important. Staying informed about the latest advancements and ethical discussions in AI is essential. This knowledge is key to leveraging AI responsibly. AI, like us, can have blind spots. It can reflect societal biases present in the data it learns from. By actively seeking unbiased information and understanding how AI uses data, navigating these blind spots becomes easier. This approach can also help reduce machine learning bias. Safety always comes first. Your data is precious, and you should know how it's used by AI systems. Choose services that value user privacy. The best AI systems prioritize security and transparency. Microsoft takes extra measures to ensure your data is secure and protected. For example, at the end of a chat session in Copilot, prompts and responses are discarded. Your organization's data is also not shared with third parties without your permission. After all, your personal data should remain personal. When it comes to AI-generated content, it's essential not to accept it at face value. Always make a point to cross-verify information from a variety of sources and engage your critical thinking skills. Critical thinking can help evaluate and refine AI-generated content. You can do this by verifying facts and sources, understanding the content's goals and target audience, and considering a range of viewpoints. It's also important to ensure that the AI tool or service you're utilizing has clear policies and guidelines for secure usage. After all, a well-informed user is the best defense against misinformation. AI can be a force for good. It can aid us in healthcare, education, and even environmental conservation. Microsoft's AI for Good initiative
Hey guys, sorry about that. Apparently, since I had a small issue with the connection. Uh, can you still see my screen? Hold on, let me share again. All right, here you go. I'm sharing again. Uh, I will not repeat the video.
As AI becomes
Just for the time. All right, I will share with you the link in the chat. This way, if you want to check it out later on, you can review it on your own. All right.
more integrated into
Meanwhile, let's just continue with our
our lives, it's important.
All right. So here are some takeaways of what we were discussing about hiring and onboarding mainly. That remember that as we wrap up this first part of this session, the big picture is clear. AI AI is truly transforming HR from sourcing and screening to onboarding. AI tools, they are helping us work faster, smarter, and even more fairly. So either it's LinkedIn recruiter that's finding like top talents, Microsoft Dynamics 365 automating the onboarding, or even HireVue that's assessing like candidates with all the AI-powered interviews. All these technologies, they are reshaping how we hire. So the key is that AI is a powerful assistant and not a replacement for a human judgment also. Remember, while it can reduce bias and speeds up decision making, it doesn't fully grasp soft skills, team fit, or even emotional intelligence. That's why human oversight is essential. And the best result happens when we strike a balance, letting AI handle the repetitive tasks, like while we focus on building the relationships and making thoughtful, ethical decisions. So, in HR, success means combining the best of technology with the best of humanity. All right. Our next section is about employee retention and sentiment analysis. That's nice. Let's have a look here. Basically, what is employee retention and why does it matter? Of course, employee retention means keeping your people happy and keeping them motivated to stay with your company. You're not just filling seats, but you are building a team that sticks around, right? Why does it matter? Because losing people is expensive. Turnover costs include hiring, includes training and lost productivity. So in places like retail, for example, or call centers, replacing one person can cost up to 150% of their salary. You see, it's not just about the money, of course. Uh, High turnover hurts morale. When people keep leaving, those who stay, they feel stressed, they feel overworked, and even unsure about their future. So you also lose some knowledge, right? The experienced employees, they take valuable insights and client relationship with them when they go. It's hard to replace that. So what can you do? You should always focus on engagement, on growth, and on culture. We need to offer career paths. We need to recognize the great work, and we need to create a place where people they feel valued, right? And this is where AI can help. It can spot early signs of disengagement. It can predict who might leave, and it can help HR act before it's too late. So we have AI tools that can also read the mood analyzing some surveys, some emails and feedback to understand how employees they really feel, so you can make changes that matter. You see? So basically, what else? Let's see. Her retention, predict which employee might be leaving at risk. So yeah, I explained all of that. Let's have a look at a tool. We know there's a tool, there's a platform that's called Yammer. A lot of organizations, they use it. So in this video, we're going to see how we can improve the employee engagement and retention with this tool. Let's go.
It's important for a human resources department to strive toward making every employee connected and productive. Yammer helps do that company-wide by starting from the day someone is hired. For global enterprises, Yammer helps everyone stay connected, even through geographic and language barriers. Translation capabilities make sure every voice is heard, and more importantly, understood. Create meaningful company-wide discussions on Yammer. Share ideas and get immediate feedback, or create an announcement so everyone is on the same page. Praise employees to publicly recognize a job well done. Be sure to add their supervisor so they can see when their employees go above and beyond. The Yammer app can be used on mobile devices. Not only is everyone more informed about what's happening in the organization, but there's an open line of communication throughout. Yammer creates valuable connections throughout your organization, across departments, locations, and hierarchies. Ultimately, you're developing a culture where a free flow of ideas are encouraged.
So as you can see in this video, you have Yammer. It's like the social media of the workplace, right? Where we can do some posts internally in our organization, have some cross-department connections, monitor, have some recognition, give some real-time feedback, all of that. So let me tell you a quick story. Imagine you are an HR lead, okay? You are working at a growing company. So you've just wrapped up an employee survey, and now you're starting at hundreds of open-ended responses. So some of them are glowing, others maybe not so much. But how do you make sense of all of that? So this is where AI-powered sentiment analysis steps in. It's like a supercharged emotional radar. You see, it uses natural language processing. AI can read through all that feedback, the emails, the surveys, and even the company reviews, you see, and it can detect the emotional tone behind the words. So it's not just looking for keywords, but it also understands the context, the tone, and even the nuance. So when someone says like, I feel supported by my manager, you see, AI knows that this is positive. All right, but if someone writes, I'm overwhelmed and unheard, for example, so this is a red flag. Okay. Now here's the cool part. AI doesn't just give you a snapshot, but it tracks sentiments over time. So if morale starts dipping after a big change, like maybe a new management or a policy shift happened, so AI will pick up on that trend early And that means that HR, they can step in before things spiral and get worse. And it gets better. AI doesn't just say, hey, there's a problem. It says, here's what's wrong, and that's what you might do about it. You see, for example, uh, if it detects burnout, let's say, it might suggest doing a stress management program or flexible work options. You see, of course, it's not perfect. Um, AI can struggle with sarcasm or cultural nuances. You see, that's why always uh, the best approach is a human AI partnership, and like we let AI do the heavy lifting, and we let people just bring the empathy and the context. You see, one great tool for this is Microsoft's AI text analysis, which gives each piece of feedback a sentiment score from 0 being negative to 1 being positive, and it's giving every comment a mood rating as well. So in short, basically, AI helps us to listen better, not just to what employees say, but to how they feel. And when we understand that, we can build a workplace where people they feel heard, they feel valued, and they are supported as well. Okay, so let's have a small look also at how AI predicts the employee turnover. So imagine this. You're walking into the office one morning, coffee in hand, and you get an email that one of your top performers just handed their resignation. No warning, no signs, just gone. Now, imagine if you had a crystal ball, okay, something that could spot like the early signs of disengagement before that it's too late. And that's exactly what AI powered turnover prediction offers. Really, AI looks at four signals to try to forecast who might be thinking of leaving. Behavior data, for example, thinking of it like digital body language. As you see, like think of it like digital body language. Like if someone stops logging in regularly or goes quiet in the team chats, for example, AI will pick up on that. We have tools like Workday, for example. They track these patterns and they flag the sudden change in behavior. You see, second, we have employee feedback. So this is where like AI can read between the lines of the surveys and of the reviews. Like if someone constantly mentions stress, poor management, or lack of growth, this is a red flag. You see, platforms like Culture AMP use this to spot dissatisfactions early. And also job satisfaction, which is the third thing, like AI scans for emotional cues. It scans for words like frustrated, overworked, unappreciated. You see, over time, these signals they all build a picture of how someone really feels about their job. Uh, like Dynamics 365, for example, it uses this to suggest retention strategies before it's too late, and even the engagement levels as well. Like if someone is pulling back from a team meeting, they are less active in Slack or on Teams. You see, AI will notice. It's like just watching the light dim a bit slowly and stepping in before that it goes out completely. All behind all this, the magic of AI predictive models, we have AI machine learning systems that gets smarter over time. They learn from past turnover patterns, and they help the HR teams to rank the risk levels and suggest tailored interventions. But here's the key. AI, as I said, doesn't replace the human judgment. It amplifies it. You see, it gives HR the insights that they need to be able to act early with empathy, of course, and not just data. We are not robots, we are humans. We can feel empathy. We need to sympathize with our employees. All right, you see what I'm saying? So, instead of being surprised by a resignation email, you're having a conversation weeks earlier, and maybe, just maybe, keeping this star employee on your team. You see, this is way better than being surprised. So, let's have a look at one global company, which is called Sage. It uses Microsoft Viva Glint and Viva Insights to leverage the employee sentiments and the workplace behavior data for improved performance and retention. All right, let's go.
Happy colleagues equal happy customers. We want to be an employer of choice. We want people to enjoy coming to work and to provide great customer service. Sage is a global software company. We focus on payroll, accounting and HR products for small and medium-sized businesses.
Our mission is to knock down barriers so that everybody can thrive. And we do that through our technology solutions and the services that we provide. We're a Microsoft shop, so we knew that Viva Insights and the data that would surface could be a trusted source. And that's led us to Viva to give us more data-driven insights that we can then combine with Viva Glint and together create a more formidable action plan.
Before we had Viva Glint, we used an external company that ran a survey once a year. It was about 50 questions and you were presented back with a PDF report. Really, really different to the instant access that people have today.
We've used Glint to improve employee retention. Our attrition was 40% 2 years ago. It's now 10.7.
Having a listening strategy and colleagues having access to Viva Glint gives them a voice in our organisation. Creating a survey in the platform is surprisingly easy. It just gives us real-time access, not only to the qualitative and quantitative feedback, but also the behavioural indicators that we have no way of measuring. Over the last few years, we've seen our response rates grow to 87%, which is our all-time highest. I think the confidentiality factor has really helped with that response rate. People know it, they trust it.
Using Glint, I am now able to understand exactly where I have challenges with colleagues. Do I have the right headcount? Do I have the right salary for all tenured agents? Do they feel like they can speak their mind?
The AI is a key feature for us. We're a team of 6 with a very big remit and a large colleague base of 12,000 people. In our latest survey, we had 21,400 comments, which is a lot for us to read. Really grateful for the AI that helps us out with that one. It gives us the key themes. That takes a lot of the analysis out of it for us.
It's the AI that can really surface the sentiment analysis that I can then focus on specific keywords and try and understand what my colleagues are telling me. Where Viva Insights and the quantity data really came in, we could see that 30% of the meetings within the engineering community were project update or something similar. So what we did was streamline how we were doing governance on projects. What that's allowed us to do is reduce the number of project status type meetings down to 20%. So we now know that our colleagues have a more predictable workday. That's resulted in at least a 10% increase in the time that our team are engineering and not spending that time in status update meetings.
Knowing what colleagues need us to do differently helps us to create better experiences for them, which in turn gives them more time to create better experiences for customers.
Really excited about the Viva Suite and the journey, and I'm confident in the overall employee experience here at Sage.
We've seen a 10% uplift in colleague performance So in terms of their customer satisfaction, we've been smashing our KPIs in that space, so plus 96%, which is absolutely phenomenal.
All right, my friends, and as you've seen it here in this video, it shows us like a powerful example of how data-driven decision-making can significantly improve employee engagement, employee retention, and performance. You see, the attribution reduction went from 40% to 10.7%. Like it's a 30% drop almost. It's a big deal. They increased the performance from 10% uplifting in colleague performance and 96% in customer satisfaction. Whoa. They are a team of 6 people managing 12,000. All that with the help of AI. So the use of AI to analyze feedback and extract actionable insights make it easier to address the employee concerns and improve the workplace culture, right? Let's have a look at a small use case about real-time sentiment tracking as well. So let's picture this. AI sends, HR, the HR sends, let's say, an annual survey. Okay, they wait weeks for responses, and by the time the results they come in, the issues they are already old news now. So that's the problem with traditional surveys. They are too slow and they miss the daily mood shifts that really matters. Now, imagine using AI to be able to track how the employees they feel in real time. So through Slack, through emails, and quick pulse surveys, you have tools like Culture Amp. They just do that. They spot like patterns like rising stress or frustration with leadership, and they send real-time alerts to HR. This means that HR they can act fast, offering flexible hours, career growth, or even just a check-in before someone decides to leave. What's the result here? You will have fewer surprises, more support, and a healthier workplace culture as well. All right. So let's dive a little bit deeper into the topic. Before we do this, let's see how Microsoft is using AI to transform HR through Dynamics 365. Okay, this is a short video to show how organizations they are connecting data, automating tasks, and making smarter workforce decisions, all in one platform.
New business models are transforming our industries and fundamentally changing the way we work. Get the agility to thrive amid rapid change by maximizing the potential of your organization's greatest resource, its people. Microsoft Dynamics 365 delivers world-class HR solutions built to empower every employee to help create a leading organization that is agile, resilient, and efficient. Intelligent user-friendly tools enable cost-saving automation and self-service, while helping you create modern HR programs that can attract and retain higher performers. And with all organizational data and business processes connected end-to-end in the Microsoft Cloud, unlock powerful workforce insights that help you adapt to changing business models faster. Transform complex organizational data into actionable workforce insights. Dynamics 365 unifies your HR and business operations in one platform, helping you surface valuable business insights, gain greater visibility across your organization, and accelerate the adoption of new organizational structures as your business grows and changes. Get a simplified view of your workforce and HR programs with accurate personnel data reflecting current organization structures, personnel records, job descriptions. Easily view hierarchy charts. Quickly review personnel changes and open positions. Drill down and learn more about key workforce analytics like skills gaps to gain a deeper understanding of organizational challenges and opportunities and make smarter decisions faster. Drive efficiency and reduce costs with self-service tools and AI-driven automation. Dynamics 365 provides self-service workspaces for employees to manage their own HR tasks, like profile updates, training, performance tracking, benefits enrollment, and time-off requests. Microsoft Teams helps to further streamline requests between employees and managers, while workflow automation capabilities help HR pros eliminate time-consuming and manual HR processes so they can focus on more important work. Empower HR admins with flexible, user-friendly tools that reduce administrative complexity and deliver competitive HR programs. With your entire organization connected in Dynamics 365, simplify HR administration and optimize the HR programs that help you attract the best talent. An agile compensation program can be easily adjusted, either individually or globally, for a company-wide rollout. Configure benefits programs, complete with benefit groups, hierarchies, flexible credits, and auto-enrollment. Create a leave and absence program that helps keep you compliant and up-to-date with changing global regulations. Connect to best-of-breed payroll, recruiting, and talent management systems, extending the solution to meet even more of your HR needs and goals. Create a workspace where your people and business thrive. Enable workforce transformation today with Dynamics 365.
So as you saw, Dynamics 365 brings together HR, AI, and cloud technology to be able to create more agile and connected organization. You see, from self-service tools to AI-driven insights like skill gap analysis. It's all about making HR smarter and more efficient. Okay? Now, let's break down some best practices for using AI in retention and sentiment analysis. First, data privacy and transparency. So make sure employee data is collected and analyzed ethically. You see, using AI in retention and sentiment analysis can greatly enhance the HR processes, but it's crucial to follow these best practices to ensure ethical use, continuous improvement, and effective employee engagement as well. So we have also regular monitoring, like the sentiments, they should be tracked continuously, not just at specific intervals. You see, human oversight, bias prevention as well. Okay. Our next section is Copilot for HR reporting and communication. So very simple. Let's have a look here. So when we say Copilot for HR reporting, we have some key functions, of course. Microsoft Copilot integrates with Microsoft 365 tools like Excel, like SharePoint, and HR systems, basically. It supports HR teams by simplifying reporting, improving data analysis, what else? Enabling better decisions. So with AI-driven features, Copilot helps to automate the reports, to visualize the insights, and to provide real-time data analysis as well. You see, it helps with like automated report generation, for example, where Copilot eliminates the need for manual report creation by just automatically pulling data from various HR tools and systems. It helps to track essential HR metrics and to create comprehensive reports that are accurate and consistent. You see, some we have data insights and visualizations even as well. Like Copilot can convert the raw HR data into meaningful visuals, making it easier to understand the trends and be able to share information across your organization, like using charts and graphs, using dashboards, using trend analysis, and so on. And of course, real-time analysis as well, as we have already said. A Copilot can help and give HR teams up-to-the-minute insights, helping them respond quickly to the changes in the employee behavior, in their engagement, and their performance also. Okay? So, Copilot for HR analysis. Basically, AI-powered analytics will help HR teams to identify patterns in the employee behavior and their performance. Okay, like the engagement of the employees. So Copilot will aggregate data from surveys and feedback tools, helping and providing like real-time insights into the employee sentiment and satisfaction levels. Okay, of course, we have also risk retentions and diversity and inclusion as well. So, like for some best practices are mainly to have like I would say frequently feedback loops. You see, to set up regular pulse surveys and allow Copilot to be able to analyze responses in real time. In this way, you can use these insights to adapt strategies quickly to address the emerging issues. You can put some engagement benchmarks also, like use Copilot to compare engagement scores over time, identifying patterns and correlating them with organizational changes. You see, we can have different challenges though, like employees they may become disengaged if surveys they are too frequent or they are too long maybe. The solution is to keep the service coincided, focused, and aligned with specific engagement goals. You see, we need to be careful when interpreting qualitative data, like don't have open-ended survey responses and so on. All right. Take care of the retention risk, like work with predictive analysis, flagging high risk employees, and of course, when you talk about diversity and inclusion, so we need to like elaborate a little bit the diversity metrics tracking, the inclusion progress. So Copilot, it tracks diversity metrics and generates comprehensive reports on the workforce demographics and the inclusion progress. So by analyzing the employee data, Copilot helps HR teams to monitor diversity goals and measure the effectiveness of the inclusion progress as well. So this is why it's important to keep AI up to date also with our recent company information and updates and changes that are happening in our workplace. Okay, so in conclusion, basically what I'm trying to say here is Copilot for HR analytics empower HR teams with AI-powered insights into the employee engagement, retention risk, and diversity efforts by automating data aggregation, analyzing trends, and generating some actionable reports. You see, Copilot helps, it streamlines the HR analytics processes, saving time and enabling the data-driven decision-making. Like with its predictive capabilities, the HR teams, they can proactively address issues, they can improve employee experiences, all while maintaining efficiency and accuracy and the work environment as well. Okay. So, Copilot for HR document creation. So this is also another way that we can work with Copilot for HR. Like, HR departments, they handle a wide variety of documents daily, from policy manuals to employment contracts and offer letters and so on. So Copilot streamlines and automates the creation of these documents, ensuring consistency and accuracy and legal compliance also, while saving HR professionals a significant amount of time. So uh, we have like policy documents, for example. Copilot can create and update policy documents such as HR policies, employee handbooks, benefit guides. You see, it's a vital but a bit time-consuming task for the HR department. So Copilot will automate this process by drafting these documents based on the company guidelines, the industry standards, and of course the legal requirements. You see, talking about policy drafting, for example, you can use templates and predefined company policies to automatically draft comprehensive policy documents. Of course, this includes policies related to the employee conduct, benefits, workplace safety, remote work, and all that stuff. Okay. Of course, also contracts and agreements, for example, these are another type of documents that can be generated with like an employee NDAs, offer letters. You can have a standardized template that can be combined with employee-specific data. This ensures HR teams can quickly generate legally compliant documents that are tailored to each employee. Okay? So, to summarize, let's have a look at this short video, how you can reimagine your workplace with Workday and using Microsoft 365 Copilot. All right? Let's have a look.
Let's look at how Copilot can help identify potential gaps in our content and draft policy updates super efficiently. We can use Copilot to check the web and other specific regulatory sites we monitor for any changes in working time directive legislation and compare it with our internal policy document. This is especially helpful to global teams that cover a lot of regions. You can see it does a great job of pointing out recommended updates and providing links to the source documents so we can easily get more context and confirm our approach.
So that was a quick demo. You can see some best practices for using Copilot and HR. Make sure you have accuracy in your data. You give out clear instructions. You do regular reviews, and you have to trust your employee. Okay, you need to build trust with your employees. You need to be transparent about how their data is used and to make sure privacy standards they are all followed. Okay, so that kind of openness actually goes a long way. So let's move forward, and our last section here for our training for today, workforce planning with AI. Basically, like imagine you're trying to run a business without knowing how many people you will need next month, what skills they should have, or like where you will need them the most even. So this is where workforce planning comes in. It's like having a strategy map for your people, and we will explore here a little bit how organizations they can forecast talent needs and stay ahead of change. And more importantly, we will see a little bit how I can take workforce planning to the next level. So We can like turn data decisions and turn data into decisions and help HR teams act faster, smarter, and more confidentially. Workforce planning involves forecasting the future talent that needs for an organization and developing strategies to be able to meet those needs. You see, it matters because we can have optimizing resources to ensure that the right people are in the right roles at the right times. You see, it can be very cost efficient even, so it helps organizations to avoid overstaffing or understaffing, even saving the costs. You work with talent management, business agility also because it helps the business quickly respond to the changing market technologies or global trends. AI helps to automate the data-driven predictions and the optimizations basically that allows like the HR teams to make some more information, a more informed decision based on the information that we have. All right, here are some key areas to focus on when we want to enhance our workforce planning with AI. So remember, predicting the staff needs is very important. Filling up the skill gap. Okay, so we can work with the skill gap analysis to find what's missing and be able to work there. Talent mapping is very important to know who needs to be in which place, in which position, at what time, and succession planning also, where AI evaluates the employee performance, their career path, and their readiness to ensure the key role will be filled when it is needed. Okay, my friends, is everything clear? All is well. So we have a short video also, but for the time, I'm just going to be sharing this with you in the chat. All right, we don't have more time to watch it. It's fine. So here we go. You have it now. You can have a look at it later on your own time, whenever you want to. And some best practices for using AI in workforce planning. We can remember to continuously collect data so you can update your system with all the new stuff. Work with AI integration in your current systems. Okay, I have the human insights, have humans oversee everything, and focus on scenario planning. This is how you can also forecast what will happen and have a clear look on what's good for your organization and what's not really it. Okay. And with that, we conclude our session for the day. Thank you everyone for participating. I hope that you enjoyed the session. I hope that you found this interesting. Thank you so much for listening to me explain all this topic and sharing all my knowledge with you. I hope you enjoyed. Please let us know your feedback in the chat if you have anything to say, if you'd like to send some nice words. Thank you for sharing. I was very happy to deliver this and wish you a good rest of the day. Thank you, everyone. Have a good one. Bye.